Hey, entrepreneur, has it ever happened to you that you've put time, energy, money, and faith into creating what you thought was an outstanding Facebook ad, and then it all just flops? I'm Yulia, I'm a Facebook ad strategist, and I help coaches, consultants, and online course creators amplify their businesses with Facebook ads. And now let's talk about this situation. I've done this myself and I've seen it time and time again. Entrepreneurs put a hefty, nice launch budget, they create the ads, they run the ads, but then the whole thing just tanks. Why? Now, there are many reasons that happens, and I'll film another video just on that. But one of the reasons is that when you run a brand new, untested ad, you just never know how it's going to perform. You just don't. You may think that the approach you've picked is the one that will work for your audience, but you just don't know. So until the ad is tested, you cannot reliably predict its result. And I always tell my Facebook ads management client to be ready for a portion of their ads budget to go strictly on testing. And then once we've run the test and identified a winning ad, we shift most of the budget towards that ad or those ads, and then the budget gets used most efficiently. So in this example, we test the ad and the creative by putting some ad spend behind it and seeing how it does. And that's a totally valid strategy. However, it comes with its own problems. First of all, let's imagine you're in a launch scenario. And launch is something that's limited by a deadline, and launches usually take a lot of energy and preparation. And in that scenario, if you bet the success of your launch on a handful of untested creatives, and if then they end up flopping, you have nothing to fall back on, because during the launch, there are just so many things going on that it's really hard to pause and come up with a really great ad. So if that happened, if those creatives and those ads were untested and there isn't enough time to test and find a winning ad, that can jeopardize your whole launch. And instead of hitting your subscriber goals and your revenue goals, you end up not bringing in enough leads and they don't convert into enough buyers. And what can happen, that 2 or 3 months of planning and effort in your business can result in very little revenue. And that's just a really stressful situation to be in. The second problem with testing your ads by putting ad spend behind them is the cost. Surprise, surprise. Testing can run a pretty penny. There is just no hiding from that fact. And the ad costs have been rising because, yes, more and more advertisers are joining the party. So I always tell my clients to plan at least $500 of ad spend for testing. And depending on your campaign goals, it can be even more. And that's why I created this video on how to test your Facebook ads for free. Because yes, there is a way. So if you want to maximize your ads budget, keep on watching. And I hope this will come especially handy in these volatile times. So tip number 1 for testing your Facebook ads for free is to test your creative by posting it organically first, meaning posting it on your Facebook page, your Instagram, your Twitter, wherever you're active. You can test your ad copy by even by sending it to your email list, because then you can track how well people open the email, do they take the action or not, and so on. Let's say you have come up with 2 ad copy variations and with 2 images for your ad. So total, that's 4 different ad versions. You can space these out and post all of these on your Facebook page, and then you can go into your page insights and into your Creator Studio and analyze those posts. Page Insights and the Creator Studio are free tools that Facebook has right there on your page for analyzing your posts. You can see your top performing posts there, you can see the engagement rate, which posts had the most clicks, the most reactions, and this way you can judge which of the ad versions was the most successful. And that way, when you are ready to run your ad, you can at least have some certainty when putting your money behind it. Oh, and by the way, if you're not very familiar with Page Insights and the Creator Studio and where to find these analytics numbers, I could create a walkthrough for you. Just let me know in the comments that you'd like to have that, and I'll film it and I'll post it in the comments below this video, because I cannot include it in the video because I plan to promote this with Facebook ads and they don't allow the shots of the Facebook interface to be in the ads for the reason that interface changes so quickly. So just let me know. Oh, and by the way, this works on the reverse as well. If you're posting something on social media and you see that it's getting an amazing response, consider turning it into a Facebook ad. You may have to tweak it to comply with Facebook's rules and regulations. Don't forget to take out any colorful language if you're using it. But at least you'll have a tested idea to start with. Moving on, tip number 2. Scale your ads production gradually. Have you ever seen those highly produced, highly polished video ads where the speaker looks just ready for a podium and the surrounding looks styled and beautiful? Yeah, those take a lot of effort to produce. You need a stylist, you need a hair and makeup artist, you need a videographer, you need a video editor. It's a lot. So if you've spent all that effort, not to mention money, up front, and then the creative idea behind this video actually doesn't work with your audience, which means your ads don't convert, in the end, that means that you've spent all that effort and money, you've spent a lot, and you didn't gain that much in return, unfortunately. Note, I'm not going to call this a waste of time, because with any effort, even if you don't get the result that you want, at least you get the learning experience. So from this, you will get the knowledge that this creative idea just doesn't work, and that's valuable in itself. However, if you start your ad production small scale, that could be a more budget-friendly and energy-friendly approach. For example, you can start as small as testing your ad idea, such as the main hook or the headline of your ad, as a simple Facebook post. Just text, no need to worry even about an image. And by the way, if you are not really active on your Facebook page, you don't get any reach there, feel free to post that on your personal profile. Of course, be careful about Facebook's rules and regulations, but feel free to post it there. You won't get the benefit of the analytics, but at least you'll still be able to gauge the reaction of people, whether the post went completely under the radar or if people actually paid attention. So if you did get a good reaction on that post and people did take the action that you wanted them to take, then fine, take it a step further. Come up with an image for this post, for this ad that's being tested right now, right? Come up with an image for it. Write a more in-depth post. By the way, that's brilliant practice for your ads copywriting. If that gets traction, you can make a short video clip, literally just from your phone without spending much time or any money on it. And if that works, expand into something bigger. That's your time to get fancy, if you so wish. So yeah, go ahead and hire that drone crew for all of your action shots and a special effects guy. Get as carried away as you want at this point. Finally, tip number 3. Test not only your ad, but also what's behind the ad. Sometimes there is nothing wrong with the ad copy, the ad creative, but people simply do not want a 54-page ebook on how to put on your socks. If this is your first time offering a particular freebie or even a paid offer, and you did not seed it or pre-sell it ahead of time, which means you don't actually know if people want it or not, then it's a great idea to promote this offer organically first before turning it into an ad. That way you can see if your audience's reaction is more like, gimme, 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 or more like, meh. And you didn't have to spend a single dollar to find that out. And that's a wrap. Let me recap. Number 1, test your ad ideas and creatives organically first before turning them into an ad. 2, scale your ad production gradually. And finally, 3, test not only the ad, but also what's behind the ad. Thank you so much for watching this. If you enjoyed this free content, please share it with your friends and business besties so that they can save money on their Facebook ads as well.